Welcome to lesson number 2. Last time we looked at what QGIS is, what you can do with QGIS, how to download QGIS and install it on your Windows computer. We also looked at setting up a workspace where we shall be saving all our documents. We created a new project, and for today's lesson, we are going to add a layer in our project. Look at the basic map navigation. We look at the toolbars, how to navigate with your map, and then we look at attribute tables, what an attribute table is, how to get your attribute table. And with that, I will open a new project, which is here, because once you open QGIS, this is the screen you will see. And as I said before, since I have some projects I've been working on, I have a number of them. But for you, since it will be our first project, I'm going to click on new empty project once again, double click. And once I have clicked on a new project, it will bring me this empty screen. Then the next thing I will do is I will bring in a shapefile. And there are a number of ways to bring in your shapefile, and we shall look at all of them as we move along. For starters, I'm going to click on layer, then add a layer, and I will add a vector layer. And it will bring this dialog box where you will choose the location of where your shapefiles are. And click on browse. It will open for a dialog box, and my files are in shapefiles. And I will bring a shapefile for districts. And as I said before, I'm going to be working with Uganda districts in Uganda, and you are free to use any shapefiles from your country. Districts this time around. So I'm going to look for district boundaries. Once you open the folder for shapefiles, it has a number of files in it, and what you're interested in is .shp. This is the shp file, and these other files we do not need them for now, but we are looking at the shp file. And if you want to filter the files so that you don't see a bunch, so that you do not see all of them, where there's all files in here, you click on it and look for S3 shapefile. So when you click on S3 shapefile, I'm going to say filter, it will filter, and you will stay with only the shapefile. And once I have the Uganda shapefile, the .shp, I will double click on it. It opens in QGIS, and then I click on add. When you look at our QGIS interface, under layers, it has added on a new layer, the Uganda Districts 2020. So I'm going to close this, and I'll have my shapefile. So before we go any further, let us look at some of these bars, the menu bar and the different toolbars, and what each of them do. And we are going to I'm going to take you through a few of them, because as you know, QGIS is wide, and if you're interested, you can always do a little bit deep diving in, and you'll find out what all these icons do for you. The first thing we look at on the menu is the project pane, and under projects We have an option for creating a new project, creating a new project from a template, opening an existing project, opening recent projects if you have, closing a project, saving a project, still creating a new print layout as we shall see in future, and also exiting. Then the other tool we had looked at is the layer, where you can create a layer and add a layer, also open an attribute table, edit your attribute table, labeling, among others. Then the other thing we shall look at is plugins. We shall use some plugins in the future lessons, and we shall see how to install plugins. For example, a plugin for adding basemaps and Excel files. Then we shall also look at the processing tools in QGIS, creating buffers. We shall look at buffers, what buffers are, how to create, how to use the clip tool, how to dissolve, how to intersect. Then we shall also look at rasters, how to work with rasters. Then the HCGMIS plugin, another plugin we shall look at. Then the processing toolbox, which is here, and it has a number of functions that we shall be using. Then these projects, these toolbars have functionalities that we had seen before. For example, creating a new project, opening a project, saving a project, and opening a print layout, among others. Then we have the zoom in, the zoom out, zoom to full, and new map view. And they say there's a new map view. There's a refreshing, then selecting. We shall look at a number of these. For now, let us look at the zoom. So in case you want to zoom at, for example, let's say this small district here, you click on the zoom, then click, 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 and then you have your district. Keep in mind that as you click, keep in mind that once you choose the zoom, it will be the active functionality. So as you keep clicking, it will keep zooming. And then if you want to zoom out, click on the zoom out and keep zooming out, and you will see your map coming. Alternatively, you click on this bidirectional zoom to full, and you'll have your map back. Then the other thing I talked about is looking at uh, the attribute table. Basically, the attribute table shows what is behind the layer you have put, or the information that is attached to the layer you have brought into QGIS. For example, this map has information about it. So I'm going to right click and open attribute table. So when you open attribute table, you'll see we only have one column about this map, and the column is about district names. So every district here has a name. Of course, you don't see the name when you look at the district, but the names are in the background or in the attribute table. And at some point when we add labels on the map, these names shall appear there. So I'm going to close this attribute table. So we are now going to add a base map to our map and see how it looks like. But as you realize, in case I click anywhere on the map, because I still have this zoom because I still have the zoom, I cannot do anything to the map, but whenever I click it, it will zoom out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the pan map icon, which is the hand, and I click on it. So once I click on it, I am able to move the map. So to add to back to the base map, adding a base map. So to add a base map, we shall need plugins. Uh, it we shall need to use plugins. We have a number of plugins we can use. We have the HCMGIS. We also have the Quick Map services and the Quick OSM. Quick OSM. OSM is Open Street Map. So I'm going to go to plugins, manage and install plugins. If you open it for the first time, it will first load plugins, so let it first load. But then, and after it has loaded, go to all plugins and search for OSM. So because mine are already installed, I have HCGMIS, Quick Map Services, and Quick OSM. So click on either of those or all three of them and then install. For example, when I click on Quick OSM, it says you have the plugin already, but reinstall plugin. There's an option of uninstalling and reinstalling, but because I have it already, I won't click on any. But for you, there will be an option of installing. So once you have installed, for example, HCGMIS here, you'll click on it, then under base maps, you will choose a base map. And keep in mind that the base map, since the base map is not on your computer, you will need internet for it to load. So make sure you have an internet connection before you click on it. So I'm going to click on S3 light gray. So as you see in my layer panel, where all layers go, where all the layers I add go, the map has what? The map has appeared. But here, you see it has appeared, but it has covered my original map. But I need to have my original map visible and I need to have my original map visible and have the base map in the background. So, and for QGIS, it gives QGIS gives priority to the layer which is on top. The way you arrange your layers will affect the way these layers are visible. And I'm going to click the SD light gray and drag it below the Uganda map. And now you can see I have the map of Uganda, of course, with other maps in the other countries in the background. So you can still uh, experiment with other base maps. For example, let me add the Google Maps, and still it will go on top of my map, original map, and I'm going to move the Google Maps below. I'm going to move it below. I have moved the Google Maps base map below my Uganda districts map. So experiment with the other maps, and in the next lesson we shall see how to work with colors in our map, how to give these maps different colors, and also add different labels so that we are able to differentiate between the districts based on the names. And thank you very much. I will see you in the next lesson.